India jeetega bhai. Those are the first few comments. I was just trying to see what are the first few comments. Okay,
It's a big day. It's a big day,
okay.
Nikhil.
15 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I'm very excited. I mean, after a long time, I've followed this India under-19 team very closely. I'm very excited. I just hope that they play to their potential. I think they beat Australia in the warm-up game. They beat them quite comprehensively. And I just hope that Yash Dole and the others, they actually win tonight and make it to the finals.
Okay, so the latest update coming from Antigua is ahead of that semi-final where India is taking on Australia is that India have won the toss and have decided to bat first. And interesting thing is I was listening to the Australian captain Vikrant and he said we would have preferred to bowl anyway. So in that sense, it's worked out for both teams. He felt that the pitch might play better when they're batting second. So that's interesting. However, you know, the other thing that really comes to my mind, Antigua players where India played Bangladesh, and that was a very tough pitch to bat on. Batting it didn't quite
the same?
may have been.
This is not at the Antigua, the Sir Viv Richards Stadium.
No, that
This is
one.
it's the other one.
Yeah, but even that Bangladesh game wasn't in the.
So if it's a difficult pitch to bat on,
Yeah.
it'll be better for India. If India batting first, progressive. It's a day game. It's a day game. So progressively, Nikhil, the pitch will go lower. It'll go slower. It'll be easy. It's a grudge game. See, I don't know. Yes, according to predictions and according to your strength, you may your thinking. But we've seen in knockout games, in important games, it is always advisable. It is always better. It's safer if you bat first and get runs on the board. If you bat first, you don't get runs on the board. That's a different matter. But in these games, in such games, even 200 runs, 220, 225 is something that the Indians would be hoping for. I mean, they would be wanting more. But if you get 220, 230, I think India have got good bowlers to at least defend them.
The number one comment that is coming across is that network is really bad. So can barely see us. So that is the problem. But what I can tell you is that for the moment you can hear us, and that is very important. So we'll try and share as much information as we can with you. Please know the network. Sometimes what happens is with time the network tends to get a bit better. So just wait on for that and just hang on with us. But again, I'm just for those of you who are joining us, let you know that India have won the toss and have decided to bat first against Australia. Interesting bit is also that India-Australia have this is going to be their third consecutive meeting in the Under-19 World Cup in the knockout. 2018, the Prithvi Shaw team beat Australia in the final. The last World Cup, 2020, that was Kartik Tyagi team where the Indian fast bowlers did very well. They beat them in the quarterfinals. So now it's the semi, so that we can fill all the slots. You've done the final, you've done the quarterfinal. Both times India won the last two World Cup. This time you're meeting them in the semi-final. But you're right, it's always a grudge game. I mean,
It's a grudge game because Australia somehow have not done exceptionally well at the under level. The way maybe the subcontinent teams have done, Nikhil. I don't know the reason behind that, but somehow or the other, I think this Indian team, I just hope they don't prove me wrong, but this Indian team by far looks the best in this entire tournament. They look mature, and at the under-19 level, it's the talent you have. It's the way you approach things. I think these guys, these lads have shown enough maturity. I mean, a few of the Indian players were down with COVID, yet you had somebody who's not even the vice captain lead the side in a couple of games. I hope is he fit to play today?
I didn't hear the team announcement. We'll just quickly have a look. Meanwhile, I'll just update the viewers. There are 11 Australian players that they will be playing, but one of them is an Indian Australian. So Niv Radhakrishnan, who was not part of that last match that Australia played, he's been included in this team.
Yes, Nishant Sindhu is playing today.
Okay.
Nishant is playing today.
So that's
the Indian
interesting.
team is Harnoor, who's actually not played to his potential the way he promised, and maybe, like I said, Nikhil, it's the knockout games that matter.
Yeah.
For these boys in the IPL contract, and the Ranji trophies, everything depends on what they do today, and if India win, and then in the final. So you've got Harnoor, you've got Grish Ravanshi,
Who's been doing very well.
He's a Gurgaon lad. He was just 12, 13 when the family shifted out of Gurgaon to Bombay, and he's made his place in the side. You got Sheikh Rashid at number Dul bats number 4, Nishant Sindhu, Raj Angad Bawa, Sukhwinder Bawa's son.
Big hitter.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a good able medium pacer.
Yeah.
Kaushal Tambe, Dinesh Bana. Now he's somebody, Nikhil, I was very excited to see. Somehow he's not had his chances to show his batting prowess in this World Cup. Maybe today could be his day. Then you've got Hangrekar, Vicky Oswal, the left-hand spinner, Ravi Kumar, the left-hand pacer, who bowled exceptionally well
Against
in the last game.
Yeah, so you talk about that Vicky Oswal. The other interesting bit is that he was good against that Bangladesh match. Also, Australia, the only match that they've lost in this World Cup, I was watching, they lost to Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan spinners dominated. 5-wicket haul for their left-arm spinner. So now Vicky Oswal is the guy, left-arm spinner of Sri Lanka.
Good World Cup.
Yeah.
He's had a very good World Cup. Looking at the overall Indian cricket scenario, any left arm spinner, or any left arm medium pacer who does well, automatically augurs well for the national team. Nishant Sindhu also bowls left arm, a bit tightish, not like Vicky. Vicky is somebody who will toss the ball up. Nishant is somebody who will try to contain also.
Okay, just to let you know, Nishant Sindhu also bowls left-arm slow. That's correct. So, Indian spinner, as I said, Vicky Oswal. Then you've got Yash Thulu also is a part-time bowler. Raghuvanshi, as we are saying, is a part-time bowler. The Indian spinners are going to be very, very on a track that we consider maybe slow. Just looking at the anti-pitch, if it is the same ground that you the Bangladesh game against. I was talking about that one origin player. He was not part of the Australian team that beat Pakistan before this. Niv Radhakrishnan. So he's a left-hand batsman and right-arm off-spinner. So against India,
he's got the subcontinent skills as well.
So he's born in Chennai, if I'm not mistaken.
Radhakrishnan
born in Chennai, but then of course family may have migrated to Australia. So he comes into that was going to be very interesting. Someone mentioned Ravi Kumar. He was also pretty good in that game.
I was
against
most
Bangladesh.
impressed. He can get the ball in, bowls with a lot of pace, and had a very, very lethal yorker. You remember the first over he bowled to the Bangladesh openers. He got wicket in the first over, I think then in the second, and he was ripped apart the Bangladesh thing. Again, much of the game now depends on your batting.
Yeah.
Maybe the first 10-15 overs, because this is a big game, a battle of nerves. These youngsters, the moment you start looking at the fun, then you know this is going to be an important game. If the Indian openers could give them a good start, Harnoor Singh, like I said, Nikhil, hasn't had a very good World Cup, but normally for bigger teams, these are the crunch games. This race and these games, this is where stars are born. And Harnoor is a left-hander. Can get off to a good start. He's somebody who can convert a good start to big scores.
Yeah. Interesting comment about we were talking about Niv Radhakrishnan, and he's listed as a right arm off spinner. Someone was saying that he's ambidextrous, can bowl left arm spin as well because he bats left-handed. So that's interesting. You were talking about Indian openers having to give a good start. I was just looking and doing research on the Australian team. Should always know your opponents very well. So there are two bowlers in Tom Whitney and William Salton. I have been on fire. So these two new ball bowlers are the ones to watch out for. When I read that name, Tom Whitney, I thought maybe Mike Whitney, some relation. No, he's not. Unfortunately, I did my research. No relation to Mike Whitney, the left pacer, who even became popular TV anchor. I don't know if all of you remember Who Dares Wins. So left arm fast bowler Mike Whitney. Interesting story about him. I remember. I think he was playing club cricket during the 81 Ashes, and they needed a bowler, and from club cricket just transport directly into the Ashes.
He also played against India in the 91-92 series. In fact, in that Perth
series to forget,
he was a member of that test team when Sachin got 100 at Perth. I think he played. Did he play in the Sydney Test match? I don't recall. But Michael Whitney was.
The way India got hammered, I don't recall.
Interesting series, Nikhil.
Before the World Cup, just
and even though the scoreline was 4-0 in favor of Australia, India lost. They should have won the next Test match. No, first was Brisbane. India lost in Brisbane, a close game. Melbourne was a one-sided game. Sydney, India would have won, but for that rain. So it started to rain. They'd lost 7 wickets, and India could not win. So effectively, it could have been 2-1. Adelaide again, India were on course for a when Mohammad Azharuddin, Manoj Prabhakar got out, and I think India lost by some odd runs. Could have been 2-2, but then
Has been the case. I don't know why I remembered we were talking about. It seemed like we were talking about South Africa series because same thing used to happen. That match, Cape Town, India could have won, but then it rained and India had a chance, and there was a partnership with Jack. Always so far, yet far has been the case for the Indian team. Actually, there was another Indian origin player who's not playing in this team, Harkirat Bajwa.
he's
from Mohali.
from Mohali. He's related to he's one of our anchors, Misha Bajwa Chaudhary, who's with the Good News Today.
Yes.
So this guy is her nephew.
Oh, I don't.
Got his interview done the day he was selected in the Australian team.
So he's another 2 Indian origin players there, but one is playing as far as I know. I don't think the other one is playing for the moment. Our friend Chandresh Narayanan, the best chance for India to win a series in Australia was 85-86 when Australian umpires cheated and denied Kapil Dev his first test fitness captain.
Would have been 2-0.
Yeah, but India has won already. Best chance, India has won 2 series now in Australia. Best chance would be if India hadn't won. You won 2 series now.
It would have been 2-0 actually. The Australian umpires, Chandresh, and also the Indian batting. I mean, saw the storm coming, yet they didn't want to score runs at a brisk pace.
True. On that note, we wrap up. Look forward to an exciting game. Apologies if you have a problem with our network.
We'll be on Sports Today. Yeah, we'll be live during the mid-innings. And let's hope that the Indians get about 250 runs. Anything over 250, India's game. 225 to 250, I think it'll boil down to the Indian bowlers.
Chandresh is saying, no, history would have been created 20 years in advance. Yes,
so history would have been created in 77, 78 when India lost 2-3.
Yeah.
Bob Simpson's team.
Was that which was that one where Sunny got a lot of runs where a lot of Australian players were not playing?
That was Kerry Packer World Series.
Correct.
So they had to recall Bob Simpson was I think 42 or 43 and he was made the captain. Jeffrey Thompson was among the ones who played that series. Kim Hughes and these guys, they came up. India lost 2-3. Madhya got a 5-wicket haul.
Wow. Came very close there as well. But many said that wasn't the top class Australian team at that time because a lot of them had gone for
80-81 again. India lost 1-0. They lost the first test match in Sydney. No, it was a drawn series, I think. Yes, it was a drawn series. India drew 1-1. India won the Melbourne test match.
Yeah, he's saying, you're dead right. They should have won 77-78. Yeah, that's correct. That's the series you're talking about. You have to talk about under 19. I must be in some part of the world.
Bombay, Dubai,
could be
London.
Many houses. Could have traveled. Anyway.
Rich man.
Yeah. Okay, it'll be a test for Yashul. Somebody said yes, it will be. So we will see you guys in the meetings. But thanks so much for joining us. And India batting first against Australia in a grudge match, as Vikrant said, in the semi-final of the Under-19 World Cup. Remember, the last 2 editions also, India, Australia have played in the knockouts, and both times India have. We'll see you during the mid-innings.